Hello! The Among Us show. It was really good. It was really fun. So I decided to make a YouTube video, my own little, Imposter Explained video about the show. And clearly I did not explain enough because you guys made sure to let me know in the comments all the things I missed or didn't see. And hey, that's okay. I really did appreciate the feedback. So today, with the power of hindsight, we're gonna, go together. I'll use the comments, use my own rewatch of the show, and just what I know sitting with the show for a few weeks now. And, let's figure out if the imposters were imposters the whole time, if they became aliens on the whole 9 yards. Let's get into it. Sin T says this might be a stretch, but if you listen to White's gurgles, he says grr as if he's trying to say green to warn the others. Now, I'm not sure, so I'm just going to play the clip and let's decide as a group. And you know what? I can hear it. I can hear that he could very well be trying to murmur out green. So, nice observation. Let's go to the next one. E. Murphy 42, I wonder if that's real Eddie Murphy, says, people have posted slow-mo clips showing an imposter blob jumping green and orange right after they're thrown out of sight. This is during the whole breach in episode 1, by the way. So evidently, they were infected at a time. I wrote, I did not notice this. And it's true, in my own video, there's a clip of this moment where orange and green are being thrown behind the crater, and the little pink alien, you can see it jumping over the box, going back to him. And this brings us to the meat and the potatoes of why we're in this video. We kind of have a chicken and an egg situation here of what came first, the imposter in a crewmate body or imposters from the eggs. So let's go through the evidence. And don't worry, you guys are still helping with the evidence. Spirit of Chaos 58 here has some observations of why he believes both were turned into imposters during the whole breach. He can't say for certain, but he has his theories. He says Orange's enthusiasm towards salt pizza in episode 1.
Are you putting salt on this pizza? I love salt.
Is a red herring, or evidence that she is not an imposter at this time because we know salt is their weakness. However, if she was the imposter, hyping up a love for salt might be a good way to keep people off of them, to keep people far away from ever discovering that salt is their weakness. It could be some 4D chess, but if Orange is dumb as Green says she is, I can see your point where this is probably just some evidence that Orange was not an imposter yet. As well, Mr. Spirit of Chaos observed that White is the only voice at the end that Green struggles to mimic, despite Green spending a lot of time with White when he allegedly is not an imposter. White is not present during the whole break, and we don't really see White at all during the pizza party, so it would track that Green had minimum interaction as an imposter with White up until the actual kill, which would make sense towards supporting this observation of yours. So very, very nice work, Spirit of Chaos, doing my job for me. Thank you. And staying on topic of this whole break, Mr. Combe B 6372 says in the final episode, Green breaks an egg and it hatches 2 imposters, so that during this scene in the whole breach where we can see Green and Orange go behind the bin and the blobs follow them, that is where they turn. And that is how Green says he knows Orange, because they were like egg buddies, they're twins almost, instead of being long-standing imposters that are running some covert operation through Mira HQ. And you know what, Mr. Comby, you are right. We do see when Green breaks the ore that there are 2 little aliens inside the eggs, and that is a detail I did not notice. So you can infer that after seeing Green and Orange go behind the bin, seeing an alien blurb going towards them, and knowing that 2 aliens come from 1 egg, that they were both assimilated in this moment. But honestly, I don't think they both were assimilated at this time. Let me explain. And it all starts right after this moment, okay? Literally the next cut, then they cut to the hole being open, and then they cut right back to Orange stumbling out and losing her trust ball, and spent hardly any time behind the dumpster. However, you could see that Green is left behind, and then he's not seen till the very end when everybody comes in for the group hug at the end. So do I believe this is when Green is assimilated? 100%. And that would make sense why he is the wiser imposter of the 2 if Orange got assimilated somewhere down the line by the second imposter that was in the egg, that was part of if the second half of the egg that assimilated Green hid somewhere in the ship and assimilated Orange somewhere down the line. Cyan, the gemologist, says good vibes only, and hell yes, Cyan, I agree. Glad you reached out from the ethereal plane. Hope you are resting in peace. H. Carlson here theorizes that the mission of the imposters is to get to the ore, to the places that they need or want new hosts. So that's why they're keeping the crewmates alive, is to bring hosts there. And however, he theorizes that Orange has been an imposter since the start. He agrees that Green got infected when the thing flings behind the thing. You know, you saw the clip. We had just explained that whole thing. But he says that Orange is not killing from necessity, which I guess in this case necessity is Lime's conspiracy theory brain figures out that there's aliens on the ship, so she wants to silence him. But she doesn't make a smart kill. I don't know. There's some holes in this one, but I can see where you're coming from. I can see your point that Green being younger would make sense, that he's selfish in the sense that he wants to hog these kills for himself like a toddler hogging his toys. I track that line of thinking. It just doesn't make sense to me that if Orange was the older, more wiser imposter, that she would make the foolish kill in front of everybody, that she would get caught in the act like that. But on the exact opposite side of that coin, perhaps Orange was planning a smart and cunning kill because Green was in reactor alone. Sorry, Lime was in reactor alone, and it was Green who ran away and got the others, saying, "Oh my gosh, Lime, the person that we suspect is the imposter, is in reactor. Everybody come." It was Green that brought all the witnesses to Orange's kill. If Green did nothing after running away, Orange would have just got the kill. Nobody would have seen her. But alas, I think it's pretty wishy-washy, but I like where you're coming from, Gage. Tyler says green is Luigi, orange is Princess Peach, red is Mario, lime is Yoshi, white is Toadette, purple is Princess Daisy, cyan is Rosalina, blue is Dr. Mario, black is Professor Egad, yellow is Toad, and brown is Donkey Kong. What an astute observation. I cannot believe that I did not notice this on my first watch through of the show. Shazam says that the imposters were killing people to hollow out their bodies, to turn them into vessels. That's also why the imposters had no bones. And yes, we know from the scans that the imposters had no bones. I guess, for me, with the no bones thing, my great confusion with the no bones and how these guys were imposters or not is, what happens when the imposters kill them? Where do the bones go? Like, if Green is killed behind, like, if we're Green gets assimilated in this moment, is there a violent bloody scream? Is there murder? Or is the alien just like in one, just taking all the organs, and now they're the imposter and the bones are gone and they're just, it gets absorbed into that weird flesh thing. The semantics of how an imposter becomes the flesh suit, I guess, is a little confusing to me. How quick it happens, how loud it happens, how obvious it happens. Is there a cleanup that needs to happen? Anyway, I guess if there was a cleanup, the intern Green would be good at it, so he covers his own tracks. But still, yes, you are correct, Shazam. That's exactly how they do it. The Ghost M8 says you should do a follow-up video or remake this video if possible. I'm not doing that. The algorithm did its thing, man. I'm not going to take down the video and make a new one with the new info you get from the comments of this video. And that is a great idea, my friend. You know, there's a phrase or something about great minds and them thinking in parallel forms or something. I bet you know what I'm talking about, because great minds. The EJ Factor says you can also hear Orange saying, "Is this salt? I love salt." Orange says while holding the salty pizza barehanded, showing that she was an imposter, and that is a good observation. We showed the clip earlier. We played the clip. I'll play it one more time.
Are you putting salt on this pizza? I love salt.
And I don't know about you, but she doesn't sound genuine to me. Well, one more time.
Are you putting salt on this pizza? I love salt. I love salt.
And oh my gosh, I spent way too much time watching this show and giving this show headspace in my mind. But she's holding the pizza from the bottom, only from the crust of the pizza. She never touches the top. She never touches with the cheeses. And we see when Brown makes the pizza that he sprinkles the salt on the top. We never see her eat the pizza. It is just a stated trying to earn favor with the chefs. Also, because they are just telling the intern about the union, and her at Myra doesn't want him to know about the union, so she's pretending to she's saying anything to get their attention off of telling him about the union, onto the pizza, onto the crazy toppings that they put on the pizza that nobody else does. I'm not convinced that this is proof that she is a crewmate at this moment. She could still be an imposter playing cover. So in my head, how I see it, the only real mystery left is, when does Orange turn? Either A, she's been an imposter this whole time, she's working with Myra, and she's helping transport the new aliens to the new place, she's helping oversee the whole operation. I think that's very plausible. I don't think her sarcastically saying she loves salt is proof that she's a human in this moment. But if it is, then she doesn't turn in the hole. Green does. She wasn't behind the crate long enough, in my professional opinion. And then, when they have the pizza party and White's body is discovered, she is with the doctor and she is with Red the entire time until it is time for everybody's individual scans after the emergency meeting. Once everybody's getting swooned by the doctor, 101, whatever, you see Orange, after having her scan, is immediately by herself in the ore room. Black and Cyan come in and they find her there. My theory is that when everybody was alone, waiting for their individual scans, Orange, being the Myra girl she was, went down to check on the ore. That is when she found the last little imposter. She got assimilated, whether she was in the storage room or not, wherever she was on the damn ship. That's when she was assimilated in this little gap. Because also before, when Whitestead's corpse, when she gets Whitestead's corpse to sign the insurance form, I don't think that's something an imposter would do. I think that's something a real person would do. And after this moment, she kind of lays back on the aggressive HR. There's slight things in her personality that I observed. I did a rewatch of the first half of the season, and I believe at some point during everybody's individual medbay scans is when Orange is assimilated to become an alien. We know that both imposters were scanned because there are 2 total scans with no bones. But if Green had been an imposter for longer, if Green got assimilated in the middle of the hull breach and Orange got assimilated right before her scan, then it would make sense that Green would know to go back and to cover his tracks, and that he would be wiser to the fact that the scans could reveal his alien nature, whereas Orange is more reactionary. She waits until it's out in the open, until Lime literally points the finger and yells alien to make her move. She's younger, she's more naive, so I can see that angle for Orange being assimilated second, Green being assimilated first, and that's why he's the, I guess, smarter killer. He's still selfish in his ways, so the comment about I'm forgetting your name, I'm sorry, the comment about his toddler instincts and wanting to be selfish with his toys, I still think that's 100% valid, and I think the reason Orange is so dumb is because she's the younger sibling of that toddler who's angry about her toys. Of course that kid's a dope. Of course that kid would commit a murder in front of everybody and think she could just wave and play it off. Of course that young naive imposter would be falling for the very easy manipulations of, hey, jump into this vent. So, in my head at least, my canon for the Among Us show is that they were all crewmates. Everybody was crewmates until the initial breach in the hull, where we see that little pink blob. Green is assimilated in this moment. He makes his first kill on White. At some point during the medbay shuffle, during that chaos, the second half of the symbiote in the egg, because we know that there's 2 imposters per egg, finds Orange and assimilates Orange. Orange, after in the next emergency meeting, finds out that she's been revealed, that aliens exist. She's like, oh no, this guy knows I'm an alien. She commits a murder, she gets caught. She's outed, and the rest of the series plays how it plays, knowing what we know about Green. Most of my breakdown in the other video about Green, still accurate. You guys had some amazing observations just about other little things that Green was doing to help solidify his case as the imposter, but honestly, my brain's a little tired, so I'm just sticking on the origins, not to discredit your comments and your observations. I did really appreciate reading them. Just, I'm only a Muppet. Let me keep going. Yeah, that is my headcanon for the show. So, with that, I think I can finally leave Among Us to rest until maybe they do a season 2, who knows, maybe 6 years later, goddamn. But yeah, let me know what you think of my theory, if you think that timeline for the imposters makes sense, if there's any holes in my theory, let me know, because I appreciate the engagement on this. If it turns out I'm wrong again, who knows, you might just get a part 3 of the video. But I hope you're doing well. I hope your summer is still continuing to be amazing. I hope you're not dying in this heat. I get real fuzzy, I get real hot with the felt and this heat, so it's a struggle for me. But cheers, folks. Best. I'm yapping. Goodbye.